Okay, so it is Monday, February 16th, and I have today off. So, me and my handy dandy boyfriend slash cameraman Tyler are on our way to Novato, California to go see the Space Station Museum out there with some friends and do some social media stuff. So, I'm super excited about that. But yeah, on our way out, we decided to stop at the most scenic rest stop area in California. In my personal, I mean, look at that. So pretty. You see the Six Flags? Yeah, there's Six Flags. But yeah, it's a vista point off of 80 West. So I'm super excited and can't wait to start vlogging. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of cool footage today and it'll be great. Yeah. Right? All right, back to the car.
Yes,
All right, let's go. This is it. We're at the Space Station Museum in Novato, California. Novato? Novato? I don't know. But here it is. Yay! Alright, these are actual panels from Soyuz and spare parts from Mir. It's way cool. And over here we have an actual penguin suit, like very similar to the ones worn in space today. The big difference is, yeah, that Soviet Union patch. That's no longer a thing. But yeah, styling, bro. Hey buddy, it's a little hot in here. You might want to cool off. Because it's a cooling suit. Alright, so we're halfway through. We're getting ready to head over to the other side where they actually have a lunar module model. So it's been really cool so far. This is just a little hole in the wall place and it's really awesome. But yeah, it's like right next to a pizza place. And it's got a bunch of really cool stuff. I've got to try on an actual glove that's been in space. It's really awesome. This has been just so cool. Getting so geeked. Ah! But yeah. So, what are your thoughts so far?
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it? Pretty sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Man of many words. Ha, got you.
The design of the lunar module went through a lot of ideas, a lot of iterations, trying to come out with something that would work. And they had everything from vertical landing rockets to, there was one concept where an astronaut would not even land with a spaceship. He would ride on a space version of a motorcycle, like sitting on a frame with some rocket engines. He could go down and land and grab some samples of rockets, stick them in his pocket, and launch and go back up and join the command module. I don't know how far that ever went. I've never seen it referenced anywhere, but it was talked about. And the early ones had big windows, big bubble on top, so it had great visibility. That part was good, until they calculated how much the glass would weigh to put all those windows in. And that's where the only windows now, right on this model, there's two white triangles, one on each side of the doorway. We hope to replace those later on with some plexiglass or something so people can see that was the window, one for each astronaut. And the other thing is, in the middle of all of this, of course, the Apollo 1 fire happened, and there was a lot of redesign in the entire program, and they had to go in and remove a lot of things that turned out to be flammable in pure oxygen. And that delayed the program more. Then they came to us and they said, Can anybody think of anything that we don't need to take with us to the moon? Well, they'd already realized they did not need to give astronauts seats to sit in. You know, the only time you're doing anything, you're standing there in a far less than 1G environment, floating around, and they actually did have cables to keep them in position, to keep them from floating around. That's all you needed. And so one of our pilots in the group I was with said, well, you know, go out and hire some Japanese astronauts, they'd be lighter. And, that didn't go very far.
So one of the really cool parts about this museum is everything comes from a private collection, and it's entirely volunteer run. And they have some really cool stuff here. Like this flag, this was actually used to train the missions and train the astronauts for the flag planting on the Apollo missions. Unfortunately, if you know anything about those flags, they mostly all got blown over when the lunar module took off. However, the only one that's still standing is Apollo 17, which is now all bleached and white. And behind me, right here, is a 90%, 95%, we've debated that, scale lunar module. So that's really cool, lunar module model. And over here we have the rover replica. Oh, you can't see it, but it's there. And this is it's a really cool thing. And they're having several different upcoming events. They're having Yuri Day, or Yuri Night. And they are also having the Space Festival, Novato Space Festival in early August 1st. I think they were saying that they're going to have three astronauts out here on Saturday, August 1st, one of which is Al Worden, who actually did a solo EVA during the Apollo era, which is really cool. And with me, I have Don Shields, who is our tour guide for the day. So Don, you have a very interesting aerospace background. Would you care to share a little bit about what you've done, what you've worked on?
Well, thanks for talking to me today. I am a retired Air Force pilot. I got about, 30 years of experience in aviation, including a lot of the subsidiary training items and experiences. I'm an instructor pilot, an evaluation pilot, an accident investigator, and I also joined Grumman Aerospace back in the 1960s as a pilot, and we supported the astronaut office in the testing of the lunar modules during the development, build, and testing phases prior to shipping it to Kennedy Space Center.
That is so cool.
We also then, I went down to Kennedy Space Center. I was with what was called the LEM 5, which was the lunar module for Apollo 11, the Eagle, and worked on the launch of that mission to the moon and supported it during its lunar activities. After that, I went to Martin Marietta in Denver, Colorado, where I got to work on the Skylab program for several years, and we were supporting crew integrations, testing, and then I was the Man Flight Awareness Coordinator for Martin Marietta to NASA in the award of the Snoopy Awards for people who did outstanding jobs in the program. I also got to work a little bit on the Viking program to Mars.
So you've been a large part of a lot of the most integral NASA, like an integral part of some of the most important programs NASA's and most publicly known NASA programs. Like, how does that feel, just knowing that?
Well, at the time, it was a matter of let's find a job. The problem back in those days was you would get hired with a company, and you'd work on a program, and when the program was completed, the job was done, the contract was over, and you had to go find another job. And so I was very fortunate in finding the next job. And I also worked on some satellite programs later in life, and a program which I never could have planned ahead to do this. The things just fell into place. So after I moved here to Novato, California, I've been here for a few years, and One day I went for a walk to the grocery store and discovered a little sales store next door that turned out to be the space station. And that was 3 years ago, and as I say, the rest is history. Now, we really, really love to have young people come visit our space station. We like to ask them questions. What do they know about space? What do they know about the planets and so on? And we want to encourage both the young boys and girls to come visit us and look and learn about things that are involved in space.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've seen a couple things today, having to do a Skylab, and with the lunar module next door. Are there any other big selling points that you feel discuss about the Space Station Museum?
One of the things that's real popular is the fact that we have on loan from another collection some Russian or Soviet control panels from the Soyuz and the Mir space programs. And these actually can be played with. Kids can actually pretend that they're going to launch a rocket into space. We have a full functional Russian space suit that's current, it's today's world, being used in going up to the International Space Station in today's world. Another item that's real popular is our 40-pound meteorite that everybody can touch and handle, and with a magnet they can do a little testing on it themselves and see what kind of response they get.
You can touch stuff that's been in space here. You can actually touch it. How cool is that? So, Don, I guess to wrap up, what is one big reason you think people should come and visit specifically the Space Station Museum here?
Well, it's a huge reason, and what it is the fact that we find so many people have forgotten about our earlier space programs. And how many people have actually gone to the moon? How many people have flown in space? So come and bring those questions to us, and we'll help you find the answers.
There you have it. Don, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Well, I enjoyed it.
All right. Thanks. All right, so we just got back from the Space Station Museum, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. I highly encourage anybody that's in the Novato area to go ahead and check it out. Still, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that city correctly, but I tried. But yeah, if you guys are in the area, I strongly recommend you to go check it out. It's a really cool place, just a little hole in the wall run by volunteers, and it's incredible how much stuff they have. In fact, they have so much stuff in the collection that they have to rotate it like every so often, because there's just so much stuff that they have, and it's just amazing. Got to talk to some really amazing people. I would recommend anybody, if you're around, to go ahead and check it out, or if you want to follow them on Twitter, their handle is @TSS Museum. So yeah, that's a wrap, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and hopefully I've got enough footage here to piece something cool together, so we'll see. This will be the last thing on it. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. I'll be putting out another This Week in STEM news video this week, hopefully on Saturday this time and not on Sunday. No technical difficulties. Keep your fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, go ahead and like it. I'm probably going to be doing some more vlogs if I get some more stuff like this to do. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to send me news stories to cover for This Week in STEM if you have anything you want to see me cover. And with that, that's about it. He didn't miss me at all.